the player following the mouse. Look at this craziness. How to implement that, we're gonna see in this video. Sprites asset and everything is of course in the description below, and let's just directly start with this. So first of all, let's create a new script. This is going to be the follow mouse script, and we already have a player here. Right, once again is available as download in the description below. And let's just add the follow mouse script to the player, and then let's open it. There you go. Let's zoom in a little bit and let's see what we can see. So we need two fields. We need a private camera, which is going to be the main camera. And then we also need a private float called max speed. And we're going to set this to 10. And this needs the attribute serialized field so that we can actually see it inside of the inspector. In the start method, we're simply going to set main camera equal to camera.main. Now, the reason we're doing this is because camera.main is the same as a .get component call. Therefore, it makes sense to cache this value inside of this main camera variable. Now let's actually make the two methods where the GameObject is going to follow the mouse. So we're going to have a private void follow mouse position. So this is simply a method where this GameObject is going to follow the mouse position. For that, we'll actually need a helper method, and that's going to return a vector2, and that's going to be the get world position from mouse. Now the reason why we need this is because the mouse position that we get from input.mousePosition actually needs to be converted into world coordinates, and this is then basically handled by this method, and that is done by doing main camera.screen to world point. Very important that you select the correct method, and inside of here we're going to put in input.mousePosition. So this is the entire return here, and putting this in this helper method just makes it a little bit cleaner in terms of code. In the follow mouse position, what we're going to do is we're going to say transform.position. So this is the simply this position of the GameObject that this script is attached to, and we're going to set this to the get world position from mouse, and that's basically it. If we now call this, so follow mouse position inside of the update method, then this will already work totally fine. So let's actually test it. Right, let's start the game and let's see. And as you can see, the player is now perfectly following the mouse. So I can move it fast, I can move it slow, whatever I want to do. The player is basically stuck to the mouse. And if we were to almost hide the mouse cursor, then the player could be considered our mouse cursor almost. So that's how good it actually works. Let's also define a method where the player or the GameObject follows the mouse with a little bit of a delay. So follow mouse position delayed. And there we define a max speed, so float max speed, in which the player can actually follow the mouse. And this is going to be very similar to this one, just a little bit different. So transform.position is equal to vector2.move towards. This is a method we've already seen. If you've watched the 5 ways of movement video, then you should have seen this, and we're basically going to say the current position is the transform. Then we'll call get world position from mouse, and then the third one is the max distance delta. So this is the speed. We're going to say max speed times time dot delta time to make it frame rate independent. And then let's actually, instead of calling the follow mouse position, we're going to call follow mouse delayed with the max speed that we have defined up here. And let's actually see if that works. So if we put the max speed to 10, let's see if what the result of that is. And as you can see, the result is that the player lags behind a little bit. So it's basically chasing the mouse cursor around the screen until it reaches it. And if we go into the player here, we can also change the max speed. So for example, if I put it to 4, and then start, then you can see that the speed of the player is reduced. And what is really cool, if you put it to negative numbers, then as you can see, the player is now repelled by the mouse cursor. So if I do this, for example, there's probably a few cool applications for this, and depending on what the speed you put in, yeah, that is the GameObject following the mouse with a certain delay, or max speed. Right, and that's actually already it for this tutorial right here. I hope you found this useful and you learned something new. Otherwise, don't forget to subscribe for more videos on Unity, modding, and all sorts of other game development related topics. And I'll see you in the next video. So, yeah.